Hello everyone. Hope you are all doing really well. You must have heard an old saying, health is wealth. To keep healthy, one must live in a clean environment with fresh air to breathe, clean water to drink, and good food to eat. So, all living organisms need food, but they show variations in the kind of food items they eat. However, these food are alike in one important way. They all contain nutrients. So, class 7, lesson number 1, we are going to learn about nutrition in plants. Next. Yes, food is important for every organism. Okay, I just told you about the nutrients, right? So nutrients are the substances like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, etc. that living beings need to live and grow, and they also give us energy, right? So we can say the energy from nutrients is a fuel that is used by the body for various activities. So they are also used for various activities, and they are also used for growth and maintenance of our body. So what are meant by nutrition? We are going to learn. The process of utilization of food by an animal to obtain energy for growth and development is known as nutrition. So plants can make their food themselves, but we can't. Hence, we depend on plants. Let's check out the next one. Plants form a major source of food for animals, including human. Hence, plants are called autotrophs. Animals and humans cannot synthesize food and depend on plants for survival. So, the mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substance. So, what are the simple substances we are going to learn in detail is called autotrophic nutrition. Therefore, plants are called autotrophs. Auto means self, trophos means nourishment. Now, next, we are going to learn about how do the plants are preparing their own food. We know that in order to prepare food, where we will prepare our food? In the kitchen, right? So here the leaves are called as a food factory of a plant, and it's because leaves have a green pigment that's called chlorophyll. So they can prepare their own food using carbon dioxide, then water, sunlight, isn't it? And do you know one thing? They are using only a small quantity of food for performing their activities, and the rest of the food, okay, gets stored in different parts of the plants, and these parts are eaten by us. So majority of the food consumed by humans are seed based. Okay, so next we will learn in detail about chlorophyll. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll, and which is not found in other parts of plant. So chlorophyll is therefore we can say chlorophyll is mostly present here and on the leaf. And so this energy, so here it helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it's called photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means to combine. So here, see, observe this picture. You can see that, right? Oxygen here going out and carbon dioxide is entering into the leaf, isn't it? So we are going to learn in detail how this carbon dioxide is going to enter into this leaf. And here you can see the water, isn't it? It's absorbed by the roots and it occurs in the presence of sunlight. Yes. Next we are going to learn how do these raw materials like water and minerals are absorbed by roots, and how this is transported to the leaves. So water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes throughout the root, the stem, the branches and the leaves. They form a continuous path or passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf. They are called vessels. You will learn more about transport of materials in plants in chapter 11. So here, so hope you understood, right? And these vessels are called xylem and phloem, which you are going to learn in detail in chapter 11. Now, the leaves are called as the food factories of the plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach the leaf, and the water and minerals present in soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide from air is taken in through tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves, or mostly we can see it's underside of the leaves. Okay, and these pores are surrounded by the gout cells, and such pores are called stomata. Okay, and you know what is stomata? Carbon dioxide present in air is taken in through stomata. Okay, so carbon dioxide is needed by plant for synthesis of food, okay, by the unique process of photosynthesis. So what happens here when the stomata opens? What happens? Carbon dioxide is taken, and the leaf can release oxygen, and it allows water to evaporate. And you can see here it's closing, right? It's closing to limit the water loss. Yes, here is the picture of photosynthesis. Clear? And here we can see the leaves, okay, and like leaves with the carbon dioxide, then water, sunlight, isn't it? So we are going to learn in detail what is happening during photosynthesis. So already we learned about chlorophyll, right, which is present in the leaves. We learned about the chlorophyll which is present in the leaves. And now, so what happens in the presence of sunlight? Okay, plants use carbon dioxide and water, okay, to synthesize. So what they are producing? They are synthesizing carbohydrates. Okay, the process can be represented by an equation. Let's check out. Yes. So during photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells of leaves in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrates. And you know, one thing, like this carbohydrate actually it is converted into starch. Okay, during the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is released and carbon dioxide is converted into starch. So, and some extra information, like plants use this carbohydrates to synthesize other components of food such as proteins, fats, etc. So this process can be represented as an equation: carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. What is the byproduct we are getting? Carbohydrate plus water. So already I explained about carbohydrates in detail, right? And during this process, oxygen is released. So the carbohydrates ultimately get converted into starch, and the presence of starch in leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. The starch is also carbohydrate, and there is an activity in your textbook. Okay, you can please try with the help by using the iodine solution. You can test the presence of starch. Yes. Now, so we told that the chlorophyll it's present in the cells of the leaves, right? So in more detail we will explain here. Okay, here. So chloroplast. Chloroplast is actually, it's found in the thylakoid cells of the sacs of the chloroplast. Okay, and the chloroplast means it's a specialized part of the cell that functions as an organelle. You will learn that in detail in higher classes. Okay. So here is a pigment that called chlorophyll is present. So just for information, I just want to insert this particular slide. And next is about, we will learn about what is a cell. Okay, and here you can see the parts of the cell like nucleus, then cytoplasm, and outer membrane, that's called as the cell membrane, right? Okay, so now we will learn in detail. And you have seen our buildings, right? It's made up of like bricks. Same way, our body, isn't it? All living organism bodies are also made up of tiny units. They are called as the cell. And we cannot see cell, okay? We can see cell only under the microscope. And some organisms are made of one cell, like many cell, like unicellular organisms are the, multicellular organisms are the. For example, like amoeba is a unicellular organism. What about we are multicellular organisms? And here the cell is having an outer boundary and it's called as the cell membrane. Okay, and here, and most of the cells actually they have a centrally located that spherical structure. You can see one spherical structure here, right? That's called as the nucleus. Yes, and this nucleus is surrounded by a jelly-like substance called cytoplasm. So hope it's very clear to you now. Yes. So this is explanation which I have already explained to you with the picture. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It's a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms.